Jury deliberations continue in Jacksonville, Florida. Dunn is charged with murdering Jordan Davis, an unarmed African-American teenager. Prosecutors say Dunn shot the 17-year-old in a convenience store parking lot after asking Jordan and his friends to turn down their music. John Guy, the Florida Assistant State's Attorney, suggests concerns for Davis was the last thing on Dunn's mind.
He went to his hotel with his girlfriend, and he called a pizza delivery man and ordered a pizza. He took his little dog for a walk outside the hotel, turned on a movie, and made himself a big, tall rum and coke. And not long after, an emergency doctor at Shands Hospital pronounced Jordan Davis dead.
All right, folks, to talk about the case is John Phillips. He is the family attorney for the Jordan Davis family. And also joining us by phone is legal analyst Midwin Charles. I want to start with you, John. Clearly, the jury is deliberating. They asked for certain evidence to be looked at. The judge denied it, such as the mannequin that showed the wounds. What is the state of the mind of Jordan's parents as they await the jury's decision?
It's day 448 since they lost their son. You know, they're ready for a verdict, but they're patient. You know, they're praying. They appreciate the prayers of everybody else. It's nerve-wracking to put it mildly.
They sat in the courtroom and they watched Michael Dunn pretty much provide a nonchalant attitude on the witness stand as he described the situation and the killing of their son. That had to be extremely difficult for the both of them.
It was, and to watch him get emotional when referring to, you know, his fiance and more importantly, or least importantly, the puppy dog, and to just be emotionless when referring to Jordan Davis, you know, it just shows you the lack of heart of this man and the problems we have, and as you've seen, the problems we have with black versus white culture in this country.
John, he wrote some very racist letters in prison. They were not admitted in the trial there. Were you surprised prosecutors didn't fight hard enough to have those admitted?
You know, there's hundreds of hours of phone calls. There's dozens and dozens of letters. There's a neighbor that's come out now and told who Dunn really is. There's more and more coming out. You know, certainly the problem is, as your legal analyst will tell you, a murder trial isn't a trial of character. And sometimes it needs to be. And I wish they had gone a step further, but it was a clean trial. Even Corey said this morning on a television interview that, you know, there was a clean trial. There won't be any appeal. We just hope the jury does the right thing and didn't need that essential information.
Midwin Charles, you've been watching this trial from day one, tweeting about it as well. Your assessment of what you saw, do you believe that this jury got enough information to convict Michael Dunn of murder?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I know some people had said that they thought this was an overcharge, but I actually disagree. I think if you're going to pump 9 bullets, he shot actually 10, but 9 bullets into a car, 3 of which when the car is moving away, trying to get away, I don't see how you get around first-degree murder. But I do think they have enough information. I think that the state's attorney did a very good job in prosecuting this case. They could have done a little bit more. I think they could have gone a little bit harder, but I certainly think the jury has enough evidence. I think it's great that they're asking questions, wanting to see evidence again, and really taking their time to go through all the evidence, which is what they're supposed to do.
Midwin, I was very surprised, and so many others were surprised when the attorneys for Michael Dunn held a news conference as the jury was deliberating.
I was surprised, too, and I also did not like his comments where he said that no one would hear about this case but for the George Zimmerman case, thereby referring to Trayvon Martin. In other words, had we not gone through the trial of George Zimmerman, everybody knows there are similarities with this case, that we wouldn't have heard about it. I'm like, no, I disagree. I mean, I think an innocent black kid dying, being shot by 9 bullets, everybody would be up in arms, whether George Zimmerman existed or not. But I think it was unorthodox. I don't think he should have done it. I thought it was inappropriate. He should have waited until the verdict came out. I thought that would have been a more appropriate time to address the media.
John, a number of folks, as Midwin just said, expects a guilty verdict. But again, in these cases, you never know how they go. Many folks thought Casey Anthony was guilty, thought O.J. Simpson was guilty, thought George Zimmerman was guilty. How do you, as an attorney for the family, prepare his parents to hear the news they might not want to hear, and that is not guilty?
You've seen this family throughout the last 400 and almost 50 days, and the resolve they have and the passion they have for their son. You know, certainly they'll be disappointed. Doesn't even explain what their discontent would be, but they're going to move on. They said it yesterday to me that, you know, no matter what the verdict is, they're going to move past it. And, you know, but we really expect there to be a conviction. And about that interview, it was very offensive. And to continue these stereotypes with the use of the word thug and the angry black man, you know, I hope the Florida bar looks at Corey Strolla's actions with that press conference. It was just uncalled for.
Well, John Phillips, give our best to Jordan's parents. I've met them several times, and certainly our thoughts and prayers go with them. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Midwin Charles, thanks for joining us as well. Folks, coming up on News.